Hey guys, back with another video. And well, yesterday I actually watched the Copa do Brasil. It's the Cup of Brazil basically. I watched the second leg, which was Flamengo versus Corinthians. Corinthians is my brother's favorite club. I like São Paulo. Unfortunately, we lost in our final like a few weeks ago. But Corinthians did lose on penalties. I watched until second half, but I wasn't able to watch to the end because it was just getting pretty late. And I also want to talk about Nycfc because they've been on pretty good form. And they won 3-0 against Inter Miami in Gonzalo Higuain's final game as a player. I'm also wearing a pretty good Inter jersey I got from last year. But let's start with the game because I watched it and it ended 1-1 with Flamengo winning 6-5 on penalties. So let's start the game off. Pedro scored in the 7th minute for Flamengo, and Juliano scored in the 82nd minute for Corinthians. So it ended 1-1. And it was the second game. It was the second leg. In the first leg, they tied 0-0. Then it went down to overtime and then went to penalties. First, they were actually Flamengo missing, Felipe Luis missing. Then Corinthians scored. Then 2 in a row, both scored. But then Corinthians missed. Then Flamengo scored. Then again back to back, both penalties scored. And then Corinthians player missed. And then Rodini scored to win the game for Flamengo. But then, and let's go for all the stats again. Corinthians had 16-11 shots. 7-3 shots on target for Corinthians as well. 63-37% possession for Corinthians. 558 to 333 in terms of passes, and pass accuracy was 85% to 74%. So Corinthians dominated in terms of possession stats, but they only scored 8 minutes ago and they lost in the end. So that just shows that possession and like overall superior in stats doesn't always guarantee a win, because here it showed that because they lost although on penalties, which is unlucky, it's still a loss. But in Brazil, it's been really also fun. I remember I was talking about that in January when I was in Brazil. I haven't really talked about it much since. But Corinthians are currently 5th. They're a really good team. I mean, they're a really iconic team. A really iconic team in Brazil. While São Paulo, the team I support, because my family's from São Paulo. I like Corinthians isn't São Paulo. They're not like they're not technically named after São Paulo. So that's why that's why I do support there. And I actually did go to the stadium back in late 2019. Because I did before I went for New Year's in 2021 for 2022. I went New Year's in 2019 for 2020. I got to see the stadium there, and I got my own jersey. It doesn't fit me anymore because again, I was 10 years old, but I got 2 new jerseys now. I got one with my name on the back, and then another one with a Pez one. Because they are sponsored with Pez. But somehow I was actually playing today against Curitiba, that's how you say in Portuguese, at 7 p.m. So hopefully they can get a win. São Paulo's currently 12th. So yeah, we're way out. We're not close to the relegation zone, but it's still not great to be that close. And Curitiba is currently 15th. So yeah, but Corinthians is 5th. We got 41 points. Corinthians has 54, and Palmeiras is leading the league. We had a really good season before. We had a really good 2021. Not 2021. I mean 2021. We finished 4th that year, but last season we finished 13th, which wasn't good. And then this season it's been pretty bad. But there is one spotlight. Jonathan Calleri, the Argentinian, has 13 goals and is the 4th top goal scorer. Fun fact: he has the same birthday as me. The same birthday. And he was born on September 23rd, the same birthday as my birthday. So now let's get into Nycfc. So yesterday, on Monday, they won 3-0 against Inter Miami, and Gonzalo Higuain's last game, and he wasn't able to do anything. Nothing there. Inter Miami, I feel like Inter Miami have barely done anything. Like, since they signed those, like, Matuidi and Higuain, they haven't made any signings. Like, I know they signed, I think, Kieran Gibbs and DeAndre Yedlin as well, but it's been pretty lackluster in my opinion, and they're doing pretty bad. So yeah, but NYCFC, they got goals from they got some really good performance. Got goals from Gabriel Pereira in the 63rd, Maxi Morales in the 69th, and Haber in the 92nd. And stats-wise, it was 27-12 in shots in favor of NYCFC. Shots on target 9-4 in favor of NYCFC. 52-48% in terms of possession in favor of NYCFC. 469-428 in favor of NYCFC. And 85% to 80% accuracy in favor of NYCFC. So NYCFC definitely had the overall better play, but they only scored in the 63rd, so that's like almost 20 minutes into the second half. So yeah, but it's a big win. It really helps us get to third. But although it is a 10-point gap in 10 and 12-point gap to Montreal and Philadelphia in the top two. But we also got to watch out for Red Bulls, who are 2 points behind Cincinnati. Actually, Inter Miami are 6, so they're not as bad. Then Columbus, Charlotte, the new team, New England, Atlanta, Chicago, Toronto, DC United, for our conference. And the other conference, I think it's LAFC, Austin, Dallas, Galaxy, LA Galaxy, Nashville, who I also support because I got a few jerseys from Nashville, Minnesota, Real Salt Lake, Portland, Vancouver, Colorado, Seattle Sounders, Sporting KC, Houston Dynamo, and San Jose. But yeah, NYCFC have been on great form. They've been pretty good since that Cup final. They've won all their games since. They won against the Red Bulls 2-0. They won against Orlando 2-1. They won against Atlanta 2-1, and now they won against NYC. They won against Inter Miami. And I think it's the end of the season. Is that the end of the season? I'm not sure. But they're playing in the Conference Cup Finals on October 23rd against Montreal. But this weekend's actually the final. I think that today was the final game of the season. But now we got the Cup final. So, and the season ended fine. But now I got the Cup against Montreal, so on Sunday. So, hope you guys liked the video. Just a short little news on Brazilian League, Brazilian Cup, NYCFC. I like doing these news videos because it's just fun. I didn't do any of that, like the other stuff, but I wanted to do some stuff on that because I watched the video, and I have a few NYCFC followers who might have wanted me to do a video on this. And there's an exciting video coming up that you'll see maybe in a few days. But I will see you guys later. See ya. Bye.